Alright, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I like to play Lee Sin and pretty much the best things you can do for your team to carry in solo queue. Lee Sin, I like Lee Sin a lot because he's a really early game dominant jungler, and if you can play to his strengths really well then you can end a game really fast, but pretty sure his win rate drops pretty significantly as the game time goes on. So if you're playing Lee Sin, you're going to want to look to snowball really early and gank a lot and set that enemy jungler back and end the game just as fast as you possibly can to keep from falling off and the other team from coming back. Late game, he doesn't fall off too hard if you go mainly tanky, full tankish, and you're able to get a good ult off, whether it's insect the enemy carries into your team, or just being a front line for your team and unkillable. He can still be useful, but he's definitely most dominant in the early game, and that's when you should be looking to make most of your plays. So I'm running the same runes that I run on Graves jungle. I like to run 5% CDR, and then some attack speed, and then armor, no magic resist, and then AD. I like the CDR on Graves and Lee Sin. It's really ability reliant, and it helps you clear faster too, I think, because your abilities do a lot of damage on Lee Sin. Now, what I like to do recently is I'm going to start by doing a one-sided clear. So I'm basically just going to do all the camps on this side. I'm going to hit level 3 from that, not worry about my red buff right now. And we actually didn't get a ward down in the jungler. That's good. And so I don't know which side he started on. I'm going to hit level 3, and I'm going to kill Scuttle real quick to heal up for my W. And then I'm going to see if I can go into his jungle. Hopefully he hasn't done his red yet. I'm just going to wait for him. I'm running 12-18-0 with Thunderlords right now, because that's just what I've been liking to run in Lee Sin lately. Feels like you do a lot more damage. Alright, so now I'm full health. I could go for a level 3 gank bot, but they're kind of pushed in, and that's a really safe. Ezreal's a really safe ADC. You can get away really easily. So Graves did start red, so this is kind of a waste of time. But he didn't take his Raptors, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to hit up to my own red buff. Alright, so Lee Sin's kit, if you don't know, all of his abilities, his 3 basic abilities have 2 activations each. His Q, you throw out your little wave, and if you hit somebody, then you can activate it again, and you'll fly to them and do extra damage based on how much health they're missing. So it's a really good execute, scales really well with attack damage. So yeah, it's by far your main damage dealing ability. It's on a low cooldown too, and it helps Lee Sin be really mobile. Now your W is a shield. You can use it on yourself, or you can use it on an ally to jump to them, or a ward. So you can jump to minions, champions, whatever, like that. But it won't give you a shield if you jump to a ward or a minion, only if you use it on yourself or jump to a champion. So I'm going to go for an early gank here. Alright, Yasuo. This should be pretty cool. Never mind. Yasuo does damage. I had to flash. I was kind of scared that he was going to kill me there. That dude does a lot of damage right now. I'm going to stay... Might be able to pick up something on the backside of Darius, let him kill him right here. That was really bad. And he has no AD. Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. That's a lot earlier than I like to back normally. I like to back where I'm able to get my Caulfields. But double longsword isn't too bad, I've had worse. It's good to have the AD early on. It helps your damage a lot, especially in the early game when everybody's still squishy. and getting the Caulfields early, like first back preferably, which isn't that hard to do, gives you a good amount of AD, and the CDR helps a lot too. And your abilities, stopped to his W. His E does that. It hits everything around you in AoE, and you can activate it again, and it'll slow everybody it hits. Their attack speed and movement speed, I believe. No, just their movement speed. Alright, I thought it was their attack speed. So I like to max Q first, obviously, for the damage, and then I max E second. Because some people max W second. I'm pretty sure it gives you more life steal if you activate it a second time. But I like maxing E because it does a good bit of damage. And it's magic damage, and people always build armor versus Lee Sin's. Okay. Alright, so that was really good. Alright. So that's really good. We just made that a 3-for-1, and I came in late for that game too. And Graves Blue Flash, that's great. Honestly, if they wanted to, we could do drag. Yeah, it looks like she wants to. I got Smite up. Normally I don't like to do drag until I have Caulfield, makes it a lot faster, but double longsword's not too bad. Lee Sin's also very good at objective control, like Baron, Dragon, Rift Herald, because he's really mobile and you can fly in, steal it really easily. Because people don't expect, or they can't really gauge how much damage your Q is going to do, because it does execute damage. So if you can time it to where it's... Alright, I usually don't give away my blue up this early. Alright, he can have it. I mean, I do like to not piss people off if they're really insistent about it. It keeps people from tilting. Some people even feed AFK whatever if they don't get buffs. Like Tyler 1. Tyler 1's not my favorite guy to watch. I mean, he's enjoyable to watch. I don't know. Tyler 1 has his own type of entertainment, I guess. Like, it's fun to watch, but I feel bad for the people he plays with. So yeah, Lee Sin, you're going to want to be fighting a lot in the early game. Like, you just want to try to use your early game strength for your advantage to the best of your ability. You want to try to objective control and just gank as much as you can. Really. Even if a lot of things junglers don't do is they don't gank if they don't think they can get a kill, which I think that's the wrong attitude to have, because even if you gank somebody and don't get a kill, you still get pressure on the lane, because you could blow a summoner. Like, even if you know you can't get a kill, they could just be surprised and just want to be safe and blow a summoner, or I mean, they could mess up and you could get a kill when you wouldn't have been able to before. Like, there's just a lot of scenarios that could turn out good just from attempting games. So right now I'm gonna wait for my boots as bot lane fights. They are absolutely demolishing them. She held ult, which is really, and they chained the CC that, wow, she's good. Alright, got my boots. So I got my full enchant and smite already, which is pretty early. I have 2 kills and an assist, so I have a good bit of gold. So I'm gonna be really strong right now. I'm gonna be looking to fight people whenever I can. So right now I'm just gonna farm up until I see a good opportunity to fight somebody. I could head towards top side. Yeah, my philosophy when you're jungling, I always notice that we win a lot more, even if we don't get kills out of ganks. Like, when people just try to gank all the time, and you have a lot of pressure, you can even get lucky and be there for a counter gank in case the other people or the other jungler was planning on ganking, or the mid laner, whatever, they're roaming. Just the jungler's job is to try to make it as lopsided as possible for the other team. Like, you just want to make it an unfair fight. You want to go bot and make it a 3v2. You want to go top, make it a 2v1 if you can. You know, just everything. You just want to try to give your team an advantage wherever you can. The same thing with dragons and objective control. Like, junglers have a really important job, and so it's really important to be able to have your smite down to, like, taking objectives and then having them stolen from you is just, it feels awful, and it really sucks. It can honestly make a huge difference. Because, like, if your team's taking Baron, and then the other team just rolls in and steals it, you guys are low from taking Baron, and they get the buff for all the work you guys just put in, all the health that you guys sacrifice to try to take it, and then they can probably kill you too with the Baron buff. So that can just be a massive shift in power. So I'm gonna go top right here. Make sure you saw me. Alright, so what I did there, if you guys aren't familiar with it, is if you press R, your kick on Lee, which does a bunch of physical damage and knocks them back, and you flash at the same time behind them, then it'll make your ult go faster and they won't be able to react to it, and it also repositions where you'll be kicking them. So it's like an easier ward hop, pretty much. Like it's like ward hopping to insect somebody into your team or into the other team. Like if a bunch of them are lined up, you can ult them into their team and hurt them all with your ult. Then it's just like kind of guaranteed. It's a lot easier. So Graves is down here. He's got actually more items than me. He's back more recently. I'm gonna see if I can do something mid though. Ult's up in 20, but I might not need it because not as hard as his. I think this might be warded though. Alright, so that was pretty clean actually. That worked out better than I thought it was going to. Pretty much, okay, never mind. He knew I was there. That kind of blows. Oh well, that was my fault, but I wasn't really paying attention. Yeah, I just basically queued in, and I waited until my ult was up, because if I would have queued in too early, he could have easily flashed, or, you know, just he could have reacted a lot easier if I would have queued in without my ult ready. But I waited until it was up, and then queued in, and then ward hop behind him and ulted him. Kind of, it's kind of a sideways kick. I could have kicked him better, but I still got what I wanted to do. I kicked him into Malzahar to chain the CC with his ult. That's what I wanted to accomplish. I'm going to go Ninja Tabby this game because they have the Yasuo and a Graves plus their ADC. So they are actually really auto-attack reliant. So after I go Enchant, I like to go Black Cleaver, and then once I get that, it makes me tankier, and it ends me up with about, well, not with about, it ends me up with 35% CDR. I actually think they're going for drag right now, so I gotta stop move up. Alright, so my team isn't here. I don't know, I guess Leona was farming alone for some reason. But we got here pretty early into the drag. I'm gonna keep it aggro. I thought we might have been able to take it, but as long as we can stop him, that's good. The drag is really coming for me. I don't know what the fuck that was. Alright, I'm gonna let them back. Oh god, we got completely caught in that choke point right there. That was really bad. I thought Victor was completely gone. We just got railed by that shit. That's awful. So we traded 2 for 2 because Darius, alright, 2 for 3 because Darius got a kill top. And he's gonna put pressure on this tower too. Which is not horrible, but it's definitely in their favor. So I'm doing a video on Lee Sin today because I want to, like, to start off the channel, I want to get a video down for each of the roles. I've done mid support and top so far. So I'm going to do Lee Sin. I was actually going to do Vayne earlier, but I had ADC and I was going to play her, but some guy asked me to trade with him, so I did. We ended up losing horribly anyway, so it wasn't really worth it, but should be able to get this drag for free. They just packed. I don't think they have a ward on it. Smited a little bit early there, that's no big deal. But nothing bad. There was only like 9 damage early. See if I can take Scuttle real quick and then make something happen bot. I got Flash up, so that'll be a pretty easy insec. Ezreal's out of mana too. Oh, wow. That feels real. That was really unfortunate. I went to kick Ezreal back with my flash. And then, yeah, he got his flash off before I could. Malphite wants to BM, and then he's gonna die. I don't know what Malzahar was doing right there. Wow, Vayne could not have messed that up more. She kept switching targets before she could get her third hit off. She literally could not have made that worse. Like, she put enough shots. She put 2 shots into Malphite, or Victor, and then switched. And then put 2 shots into Victor, and then switched, and she didn't kill either of them. And she could have had a double right there. And they got Rift Herald, which is bad. So I'm going to be taking blue if Malzahar was going to play like that. If he tries to take it, I will smite it away. I told him if he wants to waste his time, I'm taking blue. I'm not even gonna. I'll let him have blues later if he starts playing better, but for now, as a jungler, again, and so if you can't really rely on your team, you have to make plays yourself, so you should probably be taking your buffs for yourself 90% of the time, unless someone's hard carrying, or you know, or unless you're queued with somebody and you know they're good. Because if I gave Malzahar blue, there's a chance that he would just go doing that again, and die for free and give it away. Alright. Alright, so that was free. Oh no, Malphite. I don't know why they're spam pinging like this. Victor's nowhere to be seen. Oh, Malphite has a Rod of Ages. And I believe this Malzahar. Okay. I thought he was going to try to steal my red. That'd be kind of annoying. But I have Smite up, so. Yeah, majority of the time, I'd say it's better if you're confident in your abilities as a player. At least for the ELO that you're in, you should be taking buffs for yourself. It's not until if I ever get to Challenger or something, I'm playing with Bjergsen or someone who I know is good, then I'll be giving them buffs all the time. But now, these are people that I would probably never play again with my life. So, I'm just going to do my best to make the most impact on this game that I can. So, like, if you can work together with your team, that's good and everything, but you can't really rely on it, and so do you. So after my Black Cleaver, I like to go Maw for a little bit of defensive stats plus the damage. So I just executed that Victor. Trying not to group up for his ult, but he didn't even get a chance to. I didn't expect Malzahar to ult for that, but the kills are good. I'll take it. Alright, so I was pretty much just able to avoid all of Graves' damage right there. That was pretty good. Alright, I'm scared of this Victor, so I'm going to back off. I'm going to go get my Hex Drinker. I'll come to drag. I'll have home guard buffs because it's 20 minutes. So, another thing on Lee that's different from most junglers is that most junglers you're going to want to switch out to Oracle Alteration for the Sweeper's Lens for clearing wards in the jungle and everything. It's really helpful, especially if you go to gank somebody and it's obviously warded, you can clear it out and come back a little bit later. But I don't really ever switch to that on Lee because the wards are really helpful to be able to ward hop around. Yeah, some people on Lee Sin, they'll go the Poacher's Knife to be able to have the wards and switch to the Oracle Alteration so they can sweep wards and have wards to hop to. But I personally don't do that because I like Blue Smite a lot, and I always forget to use the wards, and it's harder for me to ward hop when my wards are on a different feed. I was out of energy there, or else I definitely could have killed Graves. But since I was out of energy, I couldn't jump to him fast enough, and he had the chance to reload and shoot me before I could even hop to him. So right now, their whole team is kind of a problem, but Vayne's fed, Darius is doing pretty bad, Malzahar is also doing pretty bad. One of the most important things that you can do in solo queue to win more is to just, whatever you do, don't die. Like, even if you're trading kill for kill, that's not worth it. Like, if you can just outplay your opponent and push them out of lane and blow their flash or whatever, then instead of diving and trading kill for kill possibly, or even diving, getting the kill, and then having to back because you get low, it's better to just let them back and then take the farm advantage and the XP advantage from that and not have any risk. And you're not giving them any gold potentially at all as long as you play safe. So like, it's always better, just the less deaths you have, no matter what, the better. I like to clear camps in between fights. It's good to stay around in the jungle because you have a good vantage point to jump around at least. So that was really bad. Alright, so they're all really low. Alright, so I kicked Malphite into, alright, this Vayne thinks she's Gosu, that kind of hurts my eyes. But I kicked Malphite into the Yasuo, which is what I was hoping to do, and I killed him. Vayne went Banshee's third item, which I do not agree with. I honestly don't get defensive items at all in ADCs because you can do a lot of damage if you go flat damage, attack speed, 10, whatever. So like I like to go, like on Vayne for instance, I'm going to do a video on her tomorrow with what I build on her and how I play her, which I've found very recently that is very strong. I go like a Jinx build or Caitlyn. I go BF sword into Runans, and then finish out the Infinity Edge. And then I build a Phantom Dancer or Static Shiv or an attack speed item on top of that. And you have 80% crit. And along with the Runans and Warlords, you're healing off of 3 people at once, and it is just ridiculously strong on main. And once you get that second attack speed item after your IE, then your damage spikes ridiculously no matter how far behind you are. And then after that, I like to go lifesteal item, and then a pen item, and that's 5 items. If it gets far enough into the game, I'll sell my boots and get a Guardian Angel or a Banshees, but normally I don't build defensive items, because if you can position well on ADCs, then you can output damage without really being a risk. A lot of ADCs, especially in lower elos, like to go and try to assassinate the other team's carries, but ADCs will do the most damage for your team and be the most helpful if you're just staying in the back line and hitting whoever comes to you. And as long as you can stay alive on ADC, then you're outputting really good damage. This Darius is making me sad. I may die because of that as well. Okay, Victor just ulted me to execute. I was hoping Bane would stay. We could have fought that, honestly, if we had her damage behind us. But I guess she'd rather go die to Yasuo. Oh, this is rough. So after this, I have my 3 damagey items. I'm going pretty much full tank from this point on. So right now, I'm definitely going to go Randuin's because they have a Yasuo and Graves who rely heavily on crit. This game is honestly really bad. My team is just playing really, really poorly, making really bad decisions. So we've pretty much missed the window of opportunity for Lee Sin to be at his best, but we're still somewhat strong for the stage of the game that we're in. So it's good that we got that one, Blue Victor's Flash. Feels, I guess, exhaust just really cut my damage down. Alright, so we aced them right there, took Baron off of their whole team, which is really good. We don't have a minion wave to push with though, so I'm just going to get this shitty Cloud Drag, but it is a bonus that their team does not have, and we do, which makes it good. So at times like this, I see a lot of people going to push out the lanes and try to get something, but if their death timers are this short, and it's this close to the game, you just want to focus on what you can get safely. So drag right here, even though it's not ideal compared to like a tower instead of a Cloud Drag, it's safe, and it's helping the team. I'll let Mouse have that blue just because it's late game, really. Or it's getting there, and I don't really need it. Got a 35% CDR. My energy isn't really that big of an issue right now. But early game, I always take the buffs. This Leona is going very now. Okay, just cancel this TP. Why did he TP from that far away? That was a really bad Leona. Oh, she hit one person and didn't even stun me. I'm gonna go peel for Bane pretty much. I'm gonna kick Victor out of the fight so he can't do anything. Oh god. Uh, so this Malzahar is doing what you should not do, which is flaming people after a team fight's already happened. Alright, so I'm not sure. Alright, so we have two open inhibs, which is really bad. I'm not sure about our chances of winning this game. I played pretty well for the most part. This is just classic solo queue. I mean, sometimes like there are ways that you can substantially increase your win rate and make your play more consistent and win more games for sure. But there's no way to counteract that. In solo queue, it is a fact that you're never going to win every game. Like, it happens. Like, sometimes you just can't help. I was playing Lee Sin earlier, practicing him in a ranked, and I was 10-0, and we lost, and I got demoted earlier because we had an 0-18 Malzahar mid. Like, it's just, this is actually flashbacks right now because this Malzahar isn't very good either. But I got back into Plat 3 pretty fast, wasn't that big of a deal. She's about to get Ezreal. Yeah, that was predictable. So yeah, their team, like, there's no way we're gonna win this game. But I never surrender because, like I said before, I think there's always a chance to win, but a lot of people give up in solo queue, and that kind of destroys any chance you have. It's not looking like we're gonna win this one though. Our team is just outmatched. I played pretty well. I'm tied for the most kills in the game. I've got 10 assists. I did my job as a jungler, but we lost pretty bad. So I played pretty decently. You know, that's a pretty okay guide on how I think you should play Lee Sin. So I'll stick with that. Even though we lost, I still feel like you can learn something from this video, and I hope you guys did. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.